Yeah, Milwaukee Metal Fest 25 is starting to take shape, once again presented by its new school owner, Jamie Josta from Hatebreed, and come hell or high water, I am gonna friggin' go. Let's take a look at the lineup so far. I'm just gonna spew about the bands that I'm looking forward to seeing. Mostly I'm interested to hear your thoughts, so jump in if you want. But let's start at the bottom. Legions of Doom. Hell yeah, man. And I'm a Doom head, and I like the album that came out last month, so you know I'm gonna be all over that. If you're unfamiliar, this band's made up of people from The Skull, a group that formed after Eric Wagner left Trouble, and Trouble itself, Saint Vitus, and Corrosion of Conformity, so call it a supergroup, because it is a damn supergroup in my opinion. Deceased, yes, and I finally got around to listening to the new album, and I like it a lot. Hopefully it gets a lot of attention in their set. I hope they play Children of the Morgue, because that's a ripper. The Reaper is Nesting's probably my favorite song on the album, and Gravedigger's damn good too, so fucking A. Nekrogoblikon. I can't say I know much about them or any of their music, though it seems like I've seen their name pop up a lot the last couple years. I looked them up and the description reads stuff like melodic death metal, which for me, my love's limited to a very small bunch, At the Gates and Scar Symmetry to name two, but that's about it. You know, I think I know why I'm not huge on it. I think it comes down to it just sounded a bit too sad for me. Like, oftentimes the melodies just seem to feel slightly depressing, and I try to avoid stuff like that, but I mean, I certainly ain't denying nobody's talent or nothing. Those dudes in bands like Dark Tranquility and In Flames and stuff, amazing musicians, and their popularity says it all, so hey, more power to them. Actually, was BODOM considered melodic death metal, or mellow death? I like Children of BODOM a lot, and it's a damn shame what happened to ALEXI, man. Rest in peace, good sir. Or hey, not to make light of it, but maybe it's more like R.I.B. Tankard, rest in beer. And, you know, I gotta be honest, I had to look these dudes up because I was unfamiliar, and I learned that they themselves are a super group of sorts too. Just looking at the bands that some of these people come from, my imagination is that they're probably more a sort of metal-y hardcore, metalcore type of thing, because it's got people from Shai Hulud, who I used to like a lot back in the day. What's up, Jimmy from the block? I think he shares the sentiment. And Fit for an Autopsy, who, though I've never actually heard before, if memory serves, my buddy Nate sang for him for a while. Nate, who headed DEADWATER Drowning, very largely credited by early devotees to the genre as the creators of deathcore. Although I really don't think the deathcore of yesteryear is the same as it is today, because I'm talking about very early bands like Torn Asunder from Connecticut, Dead Eyes Under, DEADWATER Drowning. But nonetheless, Nate Johnson, who hasn't he sang for? I mean, Turmoil, Since the Flood, I think, Through the Eyes of the Dead, I think they were another sort of new school deathcore band. The list probably goes on, but yeah, so End, we'll see. Full of Hell. Okay, I saw these dudes at Psycho 21, and I'm pretty sure they were one of those noisy sort of grindcore, hardcore type of things, and I mean, a lot of people seem to be very into their set, but then again, that festival always featured a lot of bands like that, so Full of Hell might have been right for the crowd, but I mean, they were definitely entertaining to watch, because it was the type of thing where everybody on stage just went really nuts and out of control and stuff, so hey, hopefully that gets repeated in Milwaukee. Exhorder, yes, another band I saw in Vegas in 21. One of those sets that, like, you know, some shows just bring back really good memories. Hilarious story about that set that I might have already told here once, but it was in August at the House of Blues, which is basically a basement underneath Mandalay Bay, but a giant basement, like the size of any other House of Blues venue in the US. But remember, August of 21, that was still pretty pandemic era, so there were lots of people in this petri dish, and even though everybody seemed to be having a great time, most were still all masked up and afraid of getting sick. And at one point, Kyle takes a water bottle and he chugs it, and then he throws his head back and just like spits all up in the air and all over the crowd. Crazy, man. But you know what I gotta say though? I don't know who the new guitarist is. I'm sure he's a fine dude, but I wish Vinny was still with him, because I got to hang out with that guy a bunch in New Orleans last year, and he's cool, man. What a cool dude. I friggin' love Vinny LaBella. And his woman, Holly, it's obligatory. Thanks again eternally for rescuing my debit card from Pat's Pub, because I would have been up shit's creek, so eternal hails, man. Speed from Australia. Okay, I did not know Speed before recently. They are described as hardcore punk, which I suppose by definition, that's a fact. However, since all of us wizards can split subgenres like atoms, I'll tell you, after I listened to them, there They're a hardcore band. Okay, let's go further. They're a sort of tough guy hardcore band. Okay, let's go even further. They're a beatdown sort of tough guy hardcore band. So if you're going and you're like me and you're trying to stay away from all the chaos, be on the lookout for dancers, because speed is sure to influence plenty of spin kicks and that sort of shit. But yeah, no, they're fun. I'd say if you like bands like 25 to Life and Marauder, ooh, yeah, I hope they play. I've never gotten to see Marauder, but let me just tell you, man, if they're there, you may just see one long-haired idiot up front singing along. But yeah, so speed. Enjoy the flight across the world, fellas. Fugitive. This is a band that formed from the ashes of Power Trip, who I thought were absolutely fantastic. Damn shame what happened to Riley, but I haven't listened to Fugitive yet. I missed their set at Psycho 22, so hopefully I'll get to catch him this time around. Harm's Way. Another band whose name I've seen pop up many times over the last several years, and just judging by the publications and flyers I've seen their logo in, all I can do is make generalizations at this moment. But they seem to be a hardcore slash metalcore sort of outfit with industrial elements like Godflesh, and like, I gotta check some of that stuff out. Like, I really truly don't know if I've ever heard any hardcore with industrial in it. When I think of industrial, I think of bands like LAIBACH, KRUPPS, Frontline Assembly and stuff, but all those bands are pretty old by now, so I don't know if there's a more updated kind of style, and that's the stuff some hardcore bands are pushing into their sound. Could be, could not be, but either way, if Harm's Way is playing Metal Fest, they gotta have a strong following, so good for them, and hopefully they enjoy their time on stage, and everybody enjoys them too. Fucking A. Acacia Strain. Seen them once or twice over the years, once in 2003 with DEADWATER Drowning, possibly a second time I forgot about, but I know they've always been a powerhouse in their scene, so have a good set, good sirs. Trouble, yes, certainly, and this will be a first. Rest in peace, Eric, I can't say much more than that. I'd love to hear Black Shapes of Doom, Plastic Green Head, The Eye, Fear No Evil. God bless Trouble, man. Band rules. Wolves in the Throne Room, 3 Inches of Blood. I know the band's names, not really their music, but I'm sure they'll play great sets. Destruction, hell yes. The last time I saw them was in 2006 with Municipal Waste and Into Eternity. What a friggin' show that was, man. Destruction were awesome, Waste always is, and Into Eternity blew me away, man. Holy shit. They're not a melodic death metal band, are they? I wouldn't consider them melodic. I'd say more like extreme technical prog. Like, whatever they are though, great band, but Destruction, no question. Exodus, fuck yeah, man. The Big Four should have been the Big Five, in my opinion. And I mean, honestly, I've probably listened to Exodus way more in my lifetime than I've listened to Metallica, but maybe they'll play some new songs that are supposed to be off their upcoming album, and I mean, I loved Persona, but it'll be great to see him again. Last time I saw him was a few years ago at the House of Blues in Boston with Anthrax and Black Label Society, and they always rule, man. Fucking A. Dillinger Escape Plan. Saw him once with the old singer, Metal Fest 2000 in Worcester, and they opened with My Michelle by GNR, which was sort of funny because after the song ended, Dimitri was like, Axel's back! And then I think he might have said something about Chinese democracy being just around the corner, which is hilarious in retrospect, because little did we all know at the time that democracy wouldn't come out for another 8 years, but hilarious, man. And then, of course, finally, at least for what's been announced, the almighty Down. There's a video of me out there somewhere, May of 2002, jumping up on stage at Harpo's in Detroit, first time I saw him, and shaking hands with Phil, but yeah, I love Down and everybody in the band, and it'll be great to see KIRK again, and yeah, I'm thrilled as hell they're booked. Maybe there'll be a pre-party jam like last year, and Jamie and KIRK will do a few numbers. We'll see. But yeah, dude, there you go, man. As far as any hopefuls I got, like I said, Marauder would rule. I hope the shit Macabre plays. Man, I don't know if they could get over here to the States, but Ancient, oh my god, I would lose my shit if Ancient played. You know what, man? They are my favorite black metal band. I really think that's the truth. I mean, God knows I love Darkthrone, but honestly at this point, only like half of their catalog's black metal, which I'm fine with because I love everything from 06 upward, but yeah, man. But alright, metalheads, are any of you guys going? Are you psyched or on the fence if you'll go or something like that? Let me know. And if you did like this video, cool, maybe you can give it a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about heavy metal, then Milwaukee Metal Fest 25 your ass right into that subscribe button. And we'll see you next time on Concrete Spew. But until then, later, my friends.